Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Angie and I'm here in South Florida in my garden, and it's a warm, windy, nice summer afternoon. An afternoon where after a couple days of rain, we were lucky to have some rain to break the summer heat, guys, and the plants are just happy. They're just dancing in the wind. And what I've been doing, guys, I try to relocate some of my plants that have been getting some discolored, burned with the sun. So this is Anthurium ukeri here, and I saw where the leaves were getting discolored, so I had to relocate it in this little cool area, shaded area here. And that's what I've been doing with a lot of my plants. The garden is like, it's not the way I had it. It's not the way you saw it in the winter time if you had come here. So I have to be relocating just to get them out of the sun until all that heat cool down. I will be able to relocate them. So it's more like a jungle here, guys. So this afternoon I will be repotting some of my cattleyas, and one of them I got at Tamiami in May from one of Claude Hamilton pieces. And what I did to have it acclimatize to the area, guys, they were imported from Jamaica, and it's warm, the same tropical climate like we would have here, but location. So I had to get them acclimatized, and I had them in some other pots. And I see where the roots of this one is getting a little busy here, and also it's spiking. It has a spike here, guys. So this is the MYC Memorial Louise Fuchs. So that's one of Claude Hamilton pieces. So I'll be taking very good care of it. I think the bloom is like a pretty purple. Yeah, I think that's what it is. So I'll be repotting this, and I'm using one of those big basket, guys. So just give it room because I don't want to repot in it for a long time. I like to have them in smaller pots to keep the roots compact, so it could develop itself and establish itself. But this call I'm gonna make to have it in a bigger pot. So what I try to do, guys, is to improvise in my backyard with the coconut tree. I got these coconut barks from, or husk, or what you would call it, from the tree. And what I did, I washed it, I sterilized it, and I put it to sun, just like I did the coconut husk that I will be using as a media. So the basket is lined. I line it, though. It's a wire basket, and I line it with the plastic wire mesh here to keep the media intact. So what I'll be doing, this is sterilized, as I say, is to line it, just a little line at the bottom. It doesn't have to be a big, just to keep the root intact. Yeah, my nails are, I'm farming, guys, so excuse my nails for being not so clean. I'm working with dirt and different media here. So what I do, I put this coconut liner here, and I said this came straight from the tree, coconut tree in my backyard. I did sterilize and washed and put it to dry. So in the bottom here, I'm gonna just line it with some fir bark. The fir bark is a little bigger than the chip bark, guys. So this is mixed with fir bark, charcoal, and lava rocks, just enough for it to the roots to cling to at the bottom. So this is washed and ready, this plant here. So I'll place it here, and the media would be coconut husk. So I'll just place them there around the plant. And of course, the coconut husk, it was also sterilized, clean and dried. So let's place them there. Give the roots enough to have themselves established, and also to keep it compact, not having it too loose, because you don't want it to be, you want it to be firm. You want it to be firm in the basket, so it's not shaking all over. You're telling it, this is where you're going to be rooted, bloom where you're planted. So after I do that, guys, I'm going to add a little liquor to it, to the roots. And then I put a little more fir bark to keep it firm here in the basket. Some on this side here. Okay, guys, and I'm trying to keep my baskets, roomy and not cluttered with all those chips, those extra, filling up the plant. When I just started doing my orchid, guys, I was doing a lot of media in the thing, filling up. But as I go, I learned I really don't need to do that. The plants, these orchids were meant to be, as we'll say, in the wild, and they don't have all that clutter around them. I remember going in the hills with my uncle, the late Dr. Lambert. He used to take us girls and my brother in the woods, up in the hills, to when he was doing his agricultural thing, and he was always into his planting and his garden. And when he would show us the orchids that's in the trees, the big guango trees, the big maho trees, the big cedar trees, you'll see all those beautiful orchids in the top. I never saw any clutter. It was just growing wild. So they just need something to cling on to. So here is my first basket. Ready? See? Coconut husk, guys. Coconut husk. Yeah. And if you're here, here in the States, and you're wondering, where do I get these coconut husks? How can I get it? This is an island thing. No, it's not an island thing. Driving in some of these shopping centers, you'll see the guys selling coconuts, and that's how I get most of these coconut husks. I pull over, I buy a coconut, or I say to them, can I get some of your coconut husk? Do you sell it? How much will how much do I need to give you for some? And they'll give you, because all they're going to do is to dump it. So I try to make use of that. So guys, that's my first basket. I'll be doing another one this afternoon. So you're getting 2 done. See how airy, and it's light, guys. If I was using the chip bark, it would be so much, it wouldn't be heavy. But after you start watering and fertilizing, you would have it absorbing all that moisture, and eventually it will be breaking down. I cleaned one earlier, and that was like 6 years old, and you'll be surprised to see how much the chip bark broke down, and it started to look like soil. So it gives it a weight after it starts absorbing all that moisture. salt and moisture from the fertilizer and the watering. So guys, this is the next basket I'll be doing, and this one also is lined with the mesh to keep the I did that so I could keep the media intact, so it's not, you know, moving all over. And again guys, I have a piece of the coconut bark here that I'll be using just to keep the bottom media in the bottom right there. And again, I'll be using some a mixture of chip bark, fir bark. That's a little bigger than the chip bark. A mixture of that with lava rocks and charcoal. So there, that's that. And lava rocks. Yep. Just to line the bottom. And this cattleya, guys, it's I have this like 9 years ago. I got this cattleya. I got it, I think it was as a bag baby, and it has been growing and doing well. But you know, after a certain time, I tried to repot them because, like I just explained, you know, the roots, they have a way of breaking down. So I washed it. It looks moist. I just washed it out and clean it as much as I can, you know. So I'll be repotting it in this basket. Maybe I need to put a little more media in there to give it a little height. So we'll put some chip bark and some more fir bark, a mixture of fir bark and lava rocks and charcoal. Yeah, these are big, and you know, it's not, give it room to it. So I'll leave it like this. See some of the roots coming over. So I'll be putting some, again, I'll be putting some coconut husk around it, around the roots. Keep it airy and light, guys. You just need something to cling on to and to keep the roots firm so they can get themselves re-established in this basket. I need to put this into one of the and guys, you know, there's every now and then you have to check your orchids. You know, you plant them, you have them in a pot, and you know, every now and then sometimes sometimes the orchids start looking a different way. It doesn't mean that you're gonna throw fertilizer and all of that on it. Check your roots. Check to see how moist it is, and you know how long you have it in that media. Maybe it's time to change the media, because after a while with the salt and everything, you're gonna have a breakdown. You're going to have a breakdown, and the chip bark or whatever media you have it in, it can only, when it gets saturated, it can only do so much and no more, no matter how much fertilizer and all of that you put on it. Maybe maybe the media has broken down and there's not much it will do with whatever, no matter what you add to it. So that's the basket, guys. This one is a little deeper, so I had to put a little more of the coconut husk in it in order to keep the orchid firm. See? So she's ready to reestablish herself and continue to send out new growth. This is a healthy plant. So guys, I put this basket over here and I put the other one on display for you. This is a lovely basket, guys. The orchid is doing well also, but the media was started to deteriorate and it was not doing as the leaves. The foliage looks good, but the root was saying something to me. So when I checked, I realized that the media started to deteriorate and it was too saturated there. It was not holding the fertilizer or doing much for the plant. So here is the cattleya, guys. I'm glad I made that decision to repot it. I put some before I started to have a root rot that I don't want to have, you know. This is a beautiful plant and I would hate to lose it. There it is, guys, and it's the Memorial Rubens Salidor tall orange spike. That's a pretty bloom, guys. It's a tall orange. They say orange, but it looks more like a burgundy orange. Beautiful orchid. See? Growing nicely. And this is from Bag Baby, guys. This plant is from a Bag Baby. I got it as a tiny plant and I've been doing well with it. I really didn't want to lose it. Really didn't want to lose it. So guys, thank you for joining me in repotting my cattleyas. And thank you for growing with me. I'm grateful. And I'll see you next time. Happy growing.